welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and at the request of Patreon subscriber Stencil, this is Storm Doomsday. This deck is exactly what its name suggests. It is Storm and it is Doomsday. You'll notice that some of the cards that make Doomsday really pop off right away, like Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, Consider, Deep Analysis, those cards are not present in this deck. There is a Thassa's Oracle and a Spoils of the Vault that you can use post-Doomsday to win the game right away. But this is built much more like an old school pre-Thassa's Oracle Doomsday deck, where Doomsdaying into a draw 7 effect builds enough Storm to Tendrils. But also, you can just play out Mana Rocks and Beseech the Mirror for Gaia's Will or Song of Creation, and then Tendrils your opponent out that way. There's a bunch of stuff layering on top of each other here, and this deck is a beautiful masterpiece that I will do my best to pilot competently. I'm not going to say that there is a main plan of the deck, because really we're just going to try to do one of the things that the deck does any given game, and depending on what our opponent's showing or what they can interact with, I'll move based on that information. Over the course of this league, there are certain to be times where there's an easy Thassa's Oracle win, but I'm busy counting Storm for Tendrils, or vice versa. That's bound to happen. I don't have 100 reps with this deck. I don't have many reps at all. But I do know how Storm works, and I do know how Doomsday works. And I have access to the Doomsday Fetchland Tendrils wiki page that can describe some of the echo piles and stuff, in case I get stuck. I'll do my best on this one. This is going to be a blast either way. This is Stencil's Storm Doomsday. Building a new deck is one of the best feelings in TCG gaming. Sleeving it up, laying it out, thinking about the new strategy and all the cool new cards you get to try, but you're still a few cards short of getting to play with it. You log into the usual TCG online marketplace only to realize shipping will cost more than the cards. Put an end to that with Card Trader Zero from cardtrader.com. Card Trader functions as your personal P.O. box, collecting orders from sellers all around the world and shipping you one affordable package. Shop their worldwide marketplace and save on shipping at cardtrader.com and use code BoshNRoll for 5% off your first order. I'm on the draw in round 1 with a full house. Doomsday is full of deltas. I'm going to mulligan this. It's just too slow. There are matchups I could conceive where just, if you, against maybe like a blue-white control kind of deck where I put the first Doomsday on the stack, I'm not going to be under any other pressure. They counter that. They counter the second one. The third one works. And by then I've drawn 4 or 5 cards from my draw step, and maybe another plan emerges, but without knowing the matchup, easy send on that. Okay, we've got a 1-lander with a Mox Opal that needs one more piece to turn on. I do have protection in the form of Veil of Summer. I could keep this and bottom Brainstorm or Ponder, because I already have Beseech. That's the payoff. I could bottom the Veil, but then I'm completely unprotected. I could also go to 5 and look for an Echo line. This is a deck that can wait on turn 1 on a Mull to 2. Mull to 1 on the draw even, if we get super lucky. I am going to keep this, and I think I'm going to bottom the Mox Opal's the farthest away from being useful, but it does turn my hand insane if I draw one thing. I'm going to get rid of Brainstorm, because I don't want to remove any cards from my hand between Brainstorm and Ponder. I just want to add missing pieces to what I already have, or we might just die on turn 0. Bayou Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, great. Chrome Mox. The old Storm Mirror. An opponent appears to have gone all in on a force check line that I can't pass because my deck doesn't play that card. They have 1 card left in their hand over there. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. All right. This kills me in 2 turns, but I do get time to make something happen, maybe. That land is good. That means I can get Polluted Delta, or Underground Sea with Polluted Delta. That is Polluted Delta. The Echo doesn't help. The Beseech, none of this actually helps. Gonna shuffle. Found a basic swamp. I am not gonna play out Lotus Petal, even though it represents Veil of Summer. If they Thoughtseize me, I'll probably just concede. But right now, I could be any deck in Legacy that just didn't have Force of Will in his opening hand. As soon as I play Lotus Petal, the dynamics change. I'd love to rip a Dark Ritual here. LED is in play. Come on, deck. Oh, okay. Dark Ritual can Beseech the Mirror, and I can bargain it. Do I have a clean Gaia's Will line here? Storm players have already done this math. They did it 2 turns ago, but I am a donkey, and I have to figure it out live in front of you. Okay, so Storm is 1, 2, 3. I Beseech, sacking Mox Opal. That's Storm 4. The Will is Storm 5. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Tendrils out of the graveyard. It's all right here, isn't it? All right, cool. Okay, Mox Opal, Lotus Petal. I don't need the Swamp yet, but I am going to use it eventually. And I have to use the Lotus Petal to get it into the graveyard. Sacrifice Opal. Get Will. Cast that. Opal, Petal, Ritual, and Xaxis Tendrils. It's a beautiful thing. Cast with Bargain. Where are my drills at? There they are. Tendrils you. Sick. Okay. They got cheeky with the Empty the Wards, and I showed them who's actually in charge around here. Cool. All right. Storm Mirror. What do we do? Deck's already full of Veil of Summers. Thoughtseize Duress seem clearly like what I'm supposed to be doing. But they'll probably try to just send it turn 1, I guess. I don't need Veil in terms of protecting myself from counterspells. I do need Veil in terms of protecting myself from Tendrils, but that assumes I get a turn at all. And if I bring in a bunch of Duresses and Thoughtseize, I'm just making their Veils better. And maybe I should just focus on speed. I'm on the draw versus this deck. I'm not going to have time to check their hand for stuff. Yeah, all right. I'm just submitting the same deck again. When I'm on the play, if there's a game 3, I'll bring in all this Thoughtseizes, but right now, I'm just going to... The main deck is the one that's built for speed, so let's do that. And the Oracle pivot can beat a represented Veil of Summer. That's pretty cool. This is a turn 1 Doomsday that can set up a turn 2 win, but I'm on the draw, and Gaia's Will sucks. Probably mulligan this. Bona kept 7. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this one has Veil in it, but doesn't have a real plan. But Brainstorm is always a plan. All right, I'll keep on this thread the Veil, bottom a Mox Opal. Okay, they started with Leyline, so I can't Echo. Can still Doomsday. Saga. LED. Vexing Bauble, a little annoying. That's good against my Mox Opal. I can use Veil of Summer to make that not a thing. Ooh, okay. Well, I can Doomsday here, but it's going to be a slow Doomsday because they have Vexing Bauble in play. What are the chances they just bash me with Urza Saga constructs? I'm going to pass with Veil up. I think getting the Undercity Sewers, casting the Brainstorm, giving myself some movement here will probably work out better. At least I hope it does. Just can't send Doomsday because of the Bauble. Okay, they're passing the turn, it seems. Well, they were at least in second main, and then they pause to think about it again. I think I'm just going to get the Sewers here. Yeah, I'll get that set up. Another land is good. Echo of Eons is bad. Put that straight into the exile. I did find the land. That means I can Doomsday now, pass with the Veil of Summer up, set up a pile with Brainstorm next turn. It also means my life total is a lot lower. Okay, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. I have to put Tropical Island in the pile. The juke! Here we go. Okay, Thassa's Oracle. Tropical Island's got to be in here. I guess it could be Bayou, but Trop casts Thassa's Oracle. That's kind of important. What else do I want to do here? I could put another land in the pile, in case this ends up going slow. If I fetch for Trop, it shuffles my pile. If I cantrip off of Veil of Summer on their turn, that'll move me a card deeper into the pile as well, which makes the Brainstorm wonky. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Underground Sea in the pile as well. And do I just want a bunch of Veil of Summer so I can tread water? Maybe that's a line. If I just Veil of Summer like every turn until I can cast the Thassa's Oracle, that might be enough. Okay. I want drop at the bottom, and then Veil, Oracle, Veil, C, and I'll pass. I don't know, this is weird. I might have just completely botched this. I do have 9 total cards flying around, so if they echo, they're actually just feeding my Doomsday. I don't think they're going to have a Pithing Needle to turn off my Polluted Delta, but it would be pretty messed up if they did. So I probably just fetch in response to the Saga trigger. They're not going to have a Pithing Needle. I'm not playing around that shit. Okay. They're busting the Bauble. That's not necessarily good news for me, because that unlocks all their zeros and Beseech the Mirror and everything. Okay, here we go. I'm not playing around Pithing Needle. Hope they don't have one. And if they do have one, I hope it doesn't kill me. Got a Mox Opal. We did it. Solved the puzzle. LED. I'm getting my thoughts seized. I'll Veil of Summer that. And we'll see if this buys me time to win the game. I redrew one of the Veils. Chrome Mox. 2 cards left in hand. If they just pass without disrupting me, I can Brainstorm in my upkeep and win this turn guaranteed. Pitched Veil, 1 card left. Entomb, oh dear. Oh, it's for Echo. What am I worried about? Okay, I have exactly 7 cards in the mix here. Oh, I'm dead. All right, the Leyline actually killed me because I had to spend a card to do this, and I can't win in my upkeep. Okay, I needed 1 more card. Leyline did the trick. Sad. All right, GG. Okay. I am on the play this time, which means I have a lot of stuff I could bring in. I could just, like, become Doomsday, I guess. I am become Doomsday. What does Leyline of the Void mean for me? Like, I could cut Will and a bunch of Echoes and just focus on doing this kind of thing. But then if they don't lead on Leyline, my deck's pretty bad. I think I can handle that. This Doomsday has a good Storm matchup, but Doomsday's a Force of Will deck, and I'm not. So I'm kind of the worst of all worlds right now. I could shave an Opal, because both decks are full of Vexing Baubles. Is that a thing I want to do? Basically, the decision is I can do none of this shit and just try to win because I'm on the play, or I can respect Leyline of the Void specifically and become a Doomsday deck for as much as I can afford to do that. What does Storming Out look like if Gaia's Will isn't in my deck? That's Song of Creation. I mean, that still rules pretty hard. Yeah, Beseech still has a good hit. I could Beseech for Doomsday in certain situations. If I have enough artifacts to play, I can Beseech for Beseech for Beseech for Beseech for Tendrils. Alright, I'll try this. Control Storm, operational. Do we keep on the strength of Duress? I'm going to do it. And I hope they do have a Leyline, and I hope they mulligan to find it, because I've done everything I can to play around that. They did mull to 6 and start with Leyline. Let's see if I can be rewarded for my sideboard plan here. Duress these remaining 5 cards. Shieldred, Entomb, LED, Lotus Petal. I can't take Shieldred here. I guess I just take Entomb, because that one sets up the good shit. Yep, that's the plan. Hope they don't draw Dark Ritual, or else I die to Shieldred immediately. I'm going to play Lotus Petal so I can Brainstorm in response to Shieldred, just in case they draw a Ritual right now. Vault, Petal, LED, it's all in play now. Shieldred and some mystery cards over there. 1 mystery card over there. Okay, Brainstorm, I need you to do everything here. Mostly did everything. Okay, green mana is solid. The Oracle's interesting because having it in my hand gives me some cheese lines, but that also means they can Thoughtseize it. Okay, I'm going to put back 2 lands, and my plan is to get Undercity Sewers this turn and try to do something cool next turn. Here's a Saga. Get the Sewer. Ponder. That can start my Doomsday chain. I can Doomsday, then cast Ponder. What does that actually do? And my Oracle is exposed here no matter what. I could also just dump the Ponder, leave up Tropical Island. In Veil of Summer is probably one of my better draws here. I'm going to keep the Ponder. I can't get away from a Ponder. You know I love it. Drop, Doomsday. We've got some Veils, some cantrips. I already have the Oracle. Spoils can speed this up. Is there a backup plan if I get Thoughtseize? Is there any way around that? I don't think so. Spoils. I'm actually going to put Spoils on top and not cast Ponder, because Ponder puts me in the position where I lose to Echo again. Okay, Spoils, and then it basically doesn't matter. I'm trying to think if this matters, if there's anything I can even do if they go nuts here. I could put a Veil in the pool just in case they Echo, but then I die if I cast it, because I'll have exactly 8 cards to work with. So that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm all in on this shit. I don't think this matters at all. There would be cool stuff you could do with, like, Echo to reset the pile if I lose my Oracle, except that that's not actually a line that exists. Basically, just Spoils of the Vault and a bunch of random cards. Please don't Thoughtseize me. They have Shieldred, 1 Unknown, 1 Draw Step, and Saga does not pop this turn. I have insulated myself from Echo. Okay, 1 Unknown in the hand. They can cast Shieldred here, but I beat that. There she is. And they didn't Echo to kill me. Echo would have killed me there that way. Okay, let's play some vintage here. Thassa's Oracle. Spoils. My bottom card is Tendrils. Zoop. I go to 4, and we win. Oh, yeah. Storm and Doomsday. Each one got a win. That sideboard plan, getting away from the ley line, ended up being good enough. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the draw in round 2. I have a bunch of mana at 2 Ponders and a Beseech. I'll keep it. We're an Echo away from doing cool stuff. I'm a Dark Ritual away from doing cool stuff. I have 5 looks between my Draw Step, Ponder, Shuffle at either of those things. One has got a Tropical Island. Thassa's Oracle, not what I'm looking for here. I was probably supposed to cast this Ponder off of Mox Opal, just to play around Wasteland where I can, but too late now. Ponder. There's a Veil. I think I like that quite a lot. I don't need a second Beseech. In fact, it's better in my deck. A Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mox Opal. This is how I represent Veil next turn. Okay. With a Beseech on top of my deck, I could cast Ponder, float mana with LED, draw the Beseech. Is that a thing? Is that anything? Up the Beanstalk. All right. Nothing I can do about that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might actually be something. Okay, so if I play Misty Rainforest, and then I cast Veil, then I can Ponder, hold priority, sack LED. That gets black, black, black. I draw Beseech. Storm would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's an easy win. All right. Veil of Summer. I'll start there. Yeah, they probably force this because they have to. And does this change my play? I don't think so. Got to force out of their hand. Built Storm. Okay. Ponder. Hold priority. Black, black, black. Now they know if they force this Ponder, I lose. Okay. Beseech the Mirror into my hand. Do I sack the Lotus Petal here? I think so. Does it matter? Okay. Beseech the Mirror, sack Mox Opal, and hope they have nothing. They could force here. They could force the Will. If they don't have force, I win. If they do have force, I lose. Oh yeah. Super fucked. Okay. And here, holding the land gives me Brainstorm next turn. As if I had shuffled, like if I had used the land instead of the Petal to pay for the Beseech, I would have shuffled away the Brainstorm that's on top of my deck, but I would still have Lotus Petal in play. Okay, 3 cards in their hand. Drawing Brainstorm. There's a Dark Ritual, then 2 fresh cards. I'm basically looking for Echo and LED. Oh, I could have fetched in response to the Brainstorm and gotten, or I could have fetched trigger Undercity Sewers in response Brainstorm that gives me better looks at Echo. And look what would have worked. Okay. Well, these cards would be different, so I don't know if it would have worked. That's probably the right thing to do, though. I think I hold on to the other Brainstorm. Or, so it's hold Echo, look for LED. There's 3 of those left in my deck. Or hold Brainstorm, use the fetch to look for more stuff. I'm mostly just playing in the garbage right now. Opponent had a double force start. Could beat 1, not 2. Vexing Bobble's probably insane against this deck, though. They look like a classic Beanstalk control deck. Let's see if they show me a 4th color here. Oh yeah, all 5 colors. Uro. That mostly doesn't matter. It's a win condition in the future, but it's just a cantrip right now. God, Wasteland. Well, that's bad. Yikes. Okay, so I need to fetch Undercity Sewers. Hope there's an Echo on top of my deck and an LED directly under it. Mox Opal doesn't help me here. Well. Echo, Echo, Echo. Show me the Echo. Oh my god. Well, they have 2 cards in hand. Is it Force Blue card? Blue, blue, blue. Echo. Okay. They had triple force. What do you want me to do here? Made a game out of it, though. Okay. Vexing Bobble looks awesome here. I don't think I want that many Thoughtseizes and Duresses. That seems like it's more for combo mirrors than it is for beating control. Because we have 4 Veils and 3 Vexing Bobbles already. I truly have no idea how to sideboard, though. If it's not like a Storm is better than Doomsday situation, then it's actually tough. I could see Cavern being a big payout if I end up on a Doomsday. Especially if they think they have to beat Storm. I think I do want these 3 cards in. In Gaia's Will, I could just cut that and ignore Graveyard Hate and just make Song of Creation my Beseech target. I don't think I need Spoils versus this deck. This is a deck that Cavern of Souls replaces Spoils in because we don't need to go fast, we need to go stable when we're in a Doomsday pile. And I think a Mox Opal is generally pretty safe to cut. I am going up a mana source. Okay. I will keep this hand. Check here with a Vexing Bauble. And I am going to lead on the Trop, because brainstorming into Dark Ritual is one of the ways I cast Doomsday next turn. Misty Rainforest. Another Brainstorm. Delta, Brainstorm. There is a Bayou in the deck if I need to Veil of Summer. Okay, Delta, or Petal is another black source if I clear my own Bauble. I don't need 2 Doomsdays here. I can also Veil and cast spells into my own Bauble. I think I'm going to put back a Doomsday and a Veil. This Veil is a lot worse with Bauble in play, except that it lets me play into Bauble, so it's kind of necessary, even though they do the same job against my opponent. Blooded Strand. Thoughtseize. Interesting. I do want to know what they're working with over there, but I also don't want to get Veil of Summered, and I want another mana source. Yeah, I'm just going to bin Thoughtseize. Okay, rewarded. I'm just going to cast Doomsday. Dark Ritual Doomsday. Surprise. They saw Thassa's Oracle game 1 get discarded LED. It's not that much of a surprise. Okay. Thassa's Oracle has to be in the pile. Cavern of Souls has to be in the pile. How can I get through this pile faster? I can Brainstorm in the end step. That's 4 cards left. Draws 3 cards left. I have enough extra mana to cast Ponder. That's 2 cards left. Or I could just make a slow pile. But also crack Vexing Bauble. That seems risky, though. A Ponder, Oracle, Cavern. I could put another Doomsday in the pile to go again if I get messed up. I don't think my mana supports that, though. Echo, I already have an Echo. I could put an LED in the pile to flip Echo back around if I need to. That's 4. I could play another Vexing Bauble in the pile. I could just put a land in there. I don't think I want to land. I do have to go all the way empty because they're a deck with Leyline Binding, which is something I want to respect. I'm not just going to put a incomplete Oracle down. I put this Thoughtseize in the pile. That actually sounds pretty nice. All right. Okay, unfortunately they saw me pick that Thoughtseize if they were paying attention. I think I want LED on the bottom, Oracle, Cavern, Ponder, Thoughtseize. That's my stack. Go. Being a Doomsday deck without Force of Will or counter magic of really any kind is terrifying. If they Leyline Bind my Bauble, I'll just draw a card. Yep, okay. That gets me through the pile faster. If they do something like Blood Moon me here, I'm dead. Wasteland is annoying. That doesn't kill me, though. It does make Thoughtseize harder to cast. And if they have multiple Wastelands, I'm in trouble. If they have multiple Wastelands, that's what the Echo is for. Okay. Okay, I can Ponder, so I will. I think I want the... This is actually interesting. If I go Lotus Petal, Veil of Summer, it resolves LED Echo. I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 card pool. Yeah, that's probably not going to win. And it gives them a fresh 7. Okay, I'm not doing that. And I'm just going to float Cavern of Souls in my hand. I'm not putting it out where they can attack it. And I can still cast Oracle next turn with Petal plus Cavern. They don't seem to have another Wasteland. I do only get one shot at this Thoughtseize, though. Would I rather Thoughtseize or Veil? I'll start with Petal. They might even force this. That would be interesting. Okay, Thoughtseize it is. This checks for something like Endurance. The Consigned to Memory, we did it. We played around it. There is a Leyline Binding in the hand, which means I have to wait a turn. Good to know about. Their hand doesn't have any selection. They can attack me to 3 and draw a card. Okay. Well, that's selection. Sure. Yeah, they could Lingus me to 3, but they have to tap out to do that. Okay. Hope you don't have another consign. Moment of truth. They're spending mana. Okay. This is just a redraw. This doesn't stop me from winning. Forcing their own Leyline Binding. That's just another redraw. Looking for that consign. The fact that they let the Oracle resolve rather than respond to Oracle with all those spells makes me think that they only have consigns and they don't have anything like Dress Down or Endurance. That's good info. Okay, yeah, consign is super messed up. Obviously, combo players would know about that already, and me just walking in here, doing whatever, not bringing in the extra Thoughtseizes. I definitely would have lost to that consign if I didn't cast Thoughtseize. Okay, now they've seen Vexing Bauble. Does that matter? I could just go slower, cut some more fast mana. Lion's Eye Diamond's the really important one. Maybe I don't need all 5. Maybe I could play like 3 plus the Veils. Could I shave a Veil? If I'm Thoughtseizing them like crazy, Veil might be less important. Veil does turn off my Vexing Baubles for me, though, which I now have 3 of. I can always turn off Vexing Bauble for me, though, by sacrificing it. Maybe I'll have 4 Duresses in the deck. I can hear the combo experts at home just screaming at this madness that I'm presenting. Just doing stuff. Just vibing. I'm currently undefeated. You're not allowed to criticize me. Yuck. Never want to see the Cavern of Souls in a hand. How much faith do I have in Brainstorm? Not enough. I'm going to mulligan this. Okay. I'm much happier with this hand. Probably going to bottom a Ponder here. Maybe it's Beseech. And just focus on being a Doomsday gamer. These Wastelands are messing me up, though. I am extremely scared of that. I'm going to keep and bottom Beseech. They mulled to 6. They have a Misty Rainforest. I Motobugged a Beseech to the top of my deck. Good stuff. I'm going to Underground Sea Ponder. I want to get some resources under me. I don't really need to Thoughtseize them this turn. Thoughtseizing an Up the Beanstalk would collapse their engine, which I like. I also quite like having access to this basic island. At least I'll keep cantripping even if they wasteland me. There's an Echo floating around under there. No LED to go with it currently. Volcanic Island pass. Okay. I think I want to start with Brainstorm, and then I can use Ponder to shuffle Brainstorm if I need to do that, if I don't find a fetch land. Oh. Well, look at all this. I could Chrome Mox Thoughtseize, see if the coast is clear for Echo. If I put back Brainstorm Ponder, I guess I would put back Doomsday if that's the line. Okay, I'm going to put back Doomsday Brainstorm, Chrome Mox pitching Beseech, Thoughtseize you. If they Veil of Summer or whatever, I'll just cast Ponder and think about my life next turn. Green mana. Oh, it's so free. Okay, that's fine. That was always going to be something I have to work through. Ponder's going to see Brainstorm, Doomsday, and one unknown. Okay, I can cast Doomsday next turn. And if they counter it, I can flip into Echo. Okay, I'm going to put Petal in my hand and pass. This is also an immediate win. If Doomsday resolves, LED Echo, draw the Doomsday pile. I should be able to find a win there. Yeah, I'll have Island still up after all that, and that represents Cavern. Guess I'll have to put a Petal and Thoughtseize back in the pile too to check for Consign. The engines are lining up for the first time in the league so far. Brainstorm, cycle the Brainstorm with Lorien. Okay, let me actually math this out. So there will be 5 cards in my deck, plus the Doomsday is 6, the LED is 7. I will exactly redraw my pile if this works. Just want to make sure I don't accidentally deck myself. Doom. If their interaction this turn is Consign, I can beat that. Okay, they've got a Force Pitching Brainstorm. I'm still going to Echo. Don't love resetting their hand, but also I do love having 7 of my own cards. Okay. Chrome Mox. I'm going to start on Petal so I can Veil a counterspell on Vexing Bauble. Do I want this Chrome Mox in play with an Echo under it? Because I have to decide that now, pretty much. Or I could Veil next turn. Yeah, I'll just play Bauble. They're consigning that. Veil to protect the Bauble. Ooh, Force of Will. Okay. Force Pitching Uro. They chose their battleground. Probably chose wisely. My hand currently doesn't do anything. Vexing Bauble and Veil did clear 2 counterspells, though, which is their job. Their Ponder shuffled, and then they played a Tropical Island. That was a good one. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. You know what day it is? Data Hardcast Force Negation? Okay, just a emergency cycle. Oh, they found it. Force Pitching Tameo. All right. We're back in the shit. But they are running out of cards over there. Mana number 5 represents Hardcast Force. There are 2 in the graveyard already. We echoed them into 2 forces. That's cool. There's a pause in my draw step. Surgicaling my Doomsdays. All right. Well, I'm going to have to Storm to win, which makes life harder. I got 1 card in hand, though. I do have a Surveil land in my deck. Any mana source casts Echo next turn. Ponder. Uh-oh. They're digging back in. Shuffle it. Shuffle it. Did not shuffle it. Danger, danger, danger. Oh, I hate that. Now all their random bullshit. Draws cards. Undercity Sewers. Find me some goods. Oh no. Well, I don't want that in my hand. I'm gonna have to Echo to win the game anyway, so that's gone. Okay. Blue to Delta. Fetch for Tropical Island. Do I want to Echo where they get the first swing at the cards? I don't think I have a choice. All right. I'm not real happy with this, but I do need different cards in my hand. Jeez. I mean, that's actually fine. That gives me the first hit on the cards because I just cast that out of the graveyard next turn. Just don't endurance me and we'll get along just fine. Brainstorm. They're making a game out of it. Okay, so I want to draw a Thoughtseize or a Veil right now to protect my draw 7. Brainstorm does not come with the option to shuffle, so you get what you get there. LED, okay, well, Lion's Eye Diamond. I'll start there. And I am not going to spend my LED on this. That might still come in handy later. Yikes. All right, we are running out of ways to win the game here. Uh-oh, this is Lorien revealed for 4 cards. Prismatic Ending. X equals 4 to get the draw. I'll sack it. It's better in my graveyard than it is in exile. I need a Beseech the Mirror at this point. And even that only gets the Song of Creation, which has no spells to go off with. I do have 2 Echoes left in the deck. Ponder didn't shuffle. Another one of these. Okay. That Chrome Mox is gone. Oh. What does this mean for me? I think I'm supposed to just send this, put Song of Creation into play, and hope it's still there when I get to my next turn, but they have a bunch of ways to remove it. The alternative is What? Did I board out Will? I usually do, right? Yeah, that's out. Shit. Okay. Will would be great here, but it's not allowed. I could get Echo and just put it in my hand, but I can't cast it right now. Yeah, the question is, do I think it's better to sit the Song of Creation in play with no action, or do I think it's better to try to resolve Beseech the Mirror at a later time? I'm just going to Beseech here with Bargain. And they had Force Blue card anyway. Did all that thinking for nothing. But really important to point out, aspiring Up the Beanstalk gamers, they drew a card off Prismatic Ending, and then they drew a card off Prismatic Ending, and then they had 2 cards left at the end of that sequence, and it was Force Blue card. Like, that's really important to get every drop of value out of your Up the Beanstalk. I'm holding a card back just so they have to think about something. Right now, they don't have to think about anything. Do they have a Mystic Sanctuary? They do. Is there a Lorien reveal to get? They're just grabbing Force of Will, which they can hardcast at this point. And Leyline Binding in the end step. Gross. All right, I'll draw a card with my Bauble. Brainstorm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can counter it. Yeah, this Beanstalk is winning them the game. They did cast a bunch of counter spells too, but they've been on 1 or 2 cards for the last 4 turns after drawing thousands of cards. I'm pretty sure I have no outs to this. I guess I could just naturally get my deck down to Thassa's Oracle levels. Do I think I can last 30 turns here? Weirder things have happened. All right, I'm going to put back Thassa's Oracle and one of the Veils. Play out my Swamp and pass. That is actually the plan here. You can call me crazy, but it's not nothing. There is a Thassa's Oracle and a Cavern of Souls in my deck. Now we're just going to play Drago for a while. They've got a Flooded Strand. This Brainstorm does see new cards. I'll give it a shot. Duress Dark Ritual. I don't want Dark Ritual, and I do kind of want to hide the Thassa's Oracle for as long as I can. I don't need to Duress them here. I think I can get a good exchange down the road where, like, I Duress them, they hardcast Force, I Veil the Force, and then I draw a card and look at their hand. I'm going to fetch the Bayou with this Misty Rainforest. Thassa's Oracle doesn't need to be in my hand, just needs to be in my deck somewhere. And it's their job to kill me. I mean, if they just, like, tap out for 4th Aerolingus here, that'll do it. There's certainly mana being tapped. Okay. Alright, that'll do. I was willing to play the Thassa's Oracle game for a while. Okay, so Up the Beanstalk, kind of fallen out of favor with the Grief metagame, then the Psychic Frog metagame, but never forget, this card just drew 5, 6, 7. I lost count, some huge number, and opponent was barely alive on every single turn. They did some cool stuff with Prismatic Ending to keep drawing cards, and those cards, they went Hellbent at one point. Their last 2 cards were Force Blue card in a spot where I was actually threatening to resolve an engine. So, yeah, Up the Beanstalk, never forget. On to the next round. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. I'm on the play with a turn 1 Beseech the Mirror. What does that do? So it's Rit, Opal, Beseech away the Opal. I will have 1 black floating to Rit, Opal from the graveyard. So Storm is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, this just wins, right? I will send a down and dirty force check. Opponent says, hello, YouTube. Everyone say hi to Adorno666. Okay, Underground Sea. Yep, here we go. Dead anything. They have a Tameo avatar. Certainly, that doesn't mean anything. This isn't a person who likes blue cards. There's a pause on Beseech. That's bad news. I'm fucked. Okay. They passed the force check. I could have mulliganed to a more stable hand, but with this deck that does the two different things, I don't think I put back a blind force check. All right, so they're a Force of Will deck with Lotus Petal. We're just in the pure Doomsday mirror. Song of Creation. I love drawing that card, let me tell you. Okay, Undercity Sewers. That's also my plan. They kept the card. We're so dead. Ponder. Didn't shuffle. Basic Island does not cast Doomsday. Dark Ritual does. Shit. Okay. I don't think there's an out here, or Brainstorm into LED Echo actually kills them. But that's not true because they have Lotus Petal. If they sack Lotus Petal in response to my Echo, that's 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, and then they win. Yeah, so that doesn't even win. But the draw 7 might combo them out. All right. Let's look at this list. Psychic Frog, Tameo. The Avatar wasn't lying. Okay, so this is a pretty classic, or currently stock, Doomsday Frog Tameo build. Old school DDFT versus new school DDFT. Beseech Samir is not it. Would have been sick to just entomb an Echo there. I can cast Song of Creation and pass the turn. That does put my shields all the way down, but like, I'm certainly not doing anything else. I don't know why they would build a pass pile versus Storm. Like, you could just go crazy here, but if they did build a slow, stable pass pile, I have one draw step to rip my deck. Nope, they just got it. I'm allowed to dream. And there it is. Okay. The real version, we're in trouble. I think I need all these Thoughtseizes here. I don't think I want to Vexing Bauble them. It turns off Force, but doesn't turn off their combo at all. I could shave some Ponders because the matchup's just too fast. I can focus on, instead of sculpting, just having more meaningful interaction in the game. I could get Vexing Bauble back if I want to shave an Opal. It's on the play. I like one Bauble. I'm not going to bring in the other one, though. Let's try this. Leaving all of my angles to win in. I'm not going to cut the will or the song. I just want to make sure that if I have the resources to send it, I'm able to do so. A Veil of Summer and a bunch of garbage. I am going to keep this. I love a Brainstorm. I like that the Echo's here. The Veil can protect me from a Duress. I could have played around Daze by playing Chrome Mox, but I don't really want to pitch any of the cards in my hand. Psychic Frog. We're doing this shit. I think this is a end-step Brainstorm, but if they Daze it, I'm in the garbage. I think that's fine. End-step Brainstorm. Play like a combo player. Okay. We did it. Okay. I can pitch Beseech to Chrome Mox, or I can, and I guess I'm putting this Echo back regardless. Okay. Draw for turn. Bayou, Veil of Summer. Start there. I want to know if this happens before anything else happens. Okay, so things are going to happen this turn. Blindside Diamond, Lotus Petal. Do I want the extra black mana, or do I want to Beseech the Mirror in my deck? I think I want the black. Hope I guessed right about this. And I can go definitely sacking that for blue. And with Lotus Petal, I do have an initial blue source. I could tap Chrome Mox to have a black and leave a blue floating. I'm going to do that. Black is more plentiful than blue in the deck. They're going to discard their hand to Psychic Frog in response because they're going to lose it anyway. Frog is a 6/7. And there's Doomsday plus Spoils of the Vault. Is that enough to win? I think it is. So I go Mox Opal, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Thassa's Oracle gets cast off. This blue, this blue. I have 6 mana right now. I need 3 for Doomsday, 1 for Spoil, 1 for Oracle. Okay. I think we're in there. Unless I have horribly miscalculated. Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Uno reverse card. Okay, Oracle in the pile, and then just 4 random cards. Okay, done. Yeah, these are just 4 random cards, basically, that don't give away any information about my deck. And then I put Thassa's Oracle on the bottom. And then Spoils of the Vault, named Thassa's Oracle. Surgicling my Doomsday, that actually does fuck me up. Okay, could definitely lose here. I need Thassa's Oracle to be not the top 2 cards. Okay. Thassa's Oracle. Please be at the bottom. No, it's the top card! And now we just lose. Okay. Yeah, the frog has 13 power, and I'm at 10. And have I made a land drop? Yeah, it's turn 2. Veil. The cantrip off Veil would only even get me to 3 cards anyway, even if I did. I think it was actually better to put 4 random blue cards than 4 random lands into the pile, just in case of a situation like that. But because it was a top card, it's not out anyway. All right, that was cool. That matchup is probably horrendous. GG's. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're having fun, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can order it all in one package from cardtrader.com. Use code BoshNRoll for 5% off your first order. I am on the play in round number 4. I have a turn 1 LED Echo. I can brainstorm looking for Thoughtseize or Veil first. Yeah, I'll keep this. And I am going to send it, even if I miss on the Thoughtseize or Veil. Wow, they appear to be F6'd, or at least they were. Well, that's good news, because my hand is bad. Land, LED. Okay, they turned off the F6 when they realized I'm a combo deck. Echo, am I dead? Was it a false F6? No, it wasn't. Okay. However, I didn't get anywhere. I could brainstorm again here. I guess I'll just do that. Use one of these petals to brainstorm again. Yikes. I'm going to put back Gaia's Will and Undercity Sewers. And then I'm going to put some of these artifacts into play. This gives me the option to brainstorm again on their turn if they're doing something busted. I'm just going to pass with the intent of fetching that Undercity Sewer and then using Brainstorm to try to make a game out of next turn. Scalding Tarn, they are a blue deck. Or a red deck. A Tundra. Prismatic Ending, I mean, that's annoying. But, okay. That happens. I played into that. Undercity Sewer. I don't need a Lotus Petal here. A Doomsday. I'll Brainstorm and hope they don't have Daze. They did not have Daze. However, this did not get anywhere. I could cast a Doomsday next turn. I'm going to put back Tendrils and one of the Doomsdays. I'll play Trop, and I'm just going to pass. Ponder. Remember the 7 cards they're playing on, they did not keep on purpose, so this could be any 7 cards from their deck. Did not shuffle their Ponder, though. Prismatic Vista. Setting up another Prismatic Ending. Getting the Mox Opal there is really annoying. Yeah, now I can't cast Doomsday this turn. Yep, that was really good. I am going to pass. I was hoping the Chrome Mox would distract them if they had another one of those, but it did not. Because if there was something under the Chrome Mox, they would have gone after that. They're getting control of this. I had an open window to Echo. My Echo was bad, and they have just played a perfectly wonderful game with 7 random cards. That's the power of blue-white control. You don't even need to have any particular good setup. Just need some cards. Enough cards to make decisions with. And now they're up to 5 cards in hand to Fairy going. Can't concede, though. I'm always a Veil of Summer Echo away from winning. Beseech the Mirror doesn't work with Teferi in play, and I have no way to get rid of it. Cool. That doesn't work with Teferi in play either, whether I suspend it or Beseech it. Just fully blank cardboard at this point. Snapcaster. I'm going to Snap Ponder in the end step, which is legal because of Teferi, breaking all the rules, making me play insanely fair. It is perfectly fine in grindy games with Storm versus Blue-White to just suspend your Gaia's Will, and 4 turns later, go for it. But not with Teferi in play. Stoneforge Mystic, alright. They got Batter Skull, which probably means they're already holding Cauldra. I think just killing me as fast as you can would be the goal here. Veil of Summer, I mean, that's part of the puzzle here. I still don't have a 3rd black mana to do anything, though. End step, Dress Down. Interesting to do that in the end step. Oh, they're going to pick it up with Teferi and draw an extra card, but then Teferi's not in play. Jace, alright. Okay, big brainstorm from Jace. If I find an Echo this turn, there is some chance that Veil of Summer might do the thing. If I even draw a land, I might get enough Storm to Tendrils. Dark Ritual. Okay. Veil of Summer. I'm going to start there. I imagine they will force this if they can. Or they could just ignore it and not care at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can make Storm 4. I guess I just resolve a Doomsday this turn and pass. Jace Fate Sealing me under Doomsday is pretty messed up. I already read that they probably have Cauldron in their hand. Yeah, that fail didn't even do anything. If I Doomsday, A, it reveals that I'm in Doomsday deck. B, it puts me to 7 life, which they have on board, and Jace messes that up. I could just Tendrils. Get a little Tendrils drain going. I do have to pitch a Doomsday, which gives away that I'm in Doomsday deck, which is why I didn't take a Doomsday line. I also just don't think I'm winning, if that's the line. I'll do half the work now, half the work next turn. Kind of wish they forced my Veil. Okay, that bought me some time, and Echo was one of my better draws anyway. Okay, maybe they don't have Cauldron. Maybe it's just not in the deck. Or they're just taking a full turn to set up a big attack all at once. Teferi got a real Stone Rain there, bouncing a Chrome Mox that had a Doomsday under it. And we're dead. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my deck did what it was supposed to do there, and it just was insufficient. I think I want my Baubles and not my Thoughtseizes here, but that Consign is just in the format now. All right. Okay, so they're a Teferi deck. That's scary. I think I want to focus on Doomsday here rather than Storm. How far off of Storm can I actually go and still be a deck? So, like, basically just all the Beseech is gone. And then I'm like Doomsday. Well, Song of Creation would have to go if the Beseeches are going to go. Tendrils can still win out of a Doomsday pile. That's kind of what this deck is doing. I'll need the Cavern if I'm going full Doomsday. This might be an empty matchup. Empty, famously bad against Batterskull, though. I think I'm going to try this. I'll just become Control Doomsday and hope this works. This Oracle was Doomsday instead. My hand would be good, but instead my hand is bad. How willing to play this game am I? Like, I can Thoughtseize them on 1, and I'm set up if I find a Doomsday or an Echo. I'll try this. Thoughtseize you. Back to Basics, Narset, Brainstorm, Spell Pierce. Okay, a whole bunch of unbeatable cards. I think I'm taking Brainstorm. I don't want them to change those unbeatable cards. I want to know what they are and know how to play around them. Because if I draw Echo, I beat Spell Pierce anyway. Vexing Bauble. I like that. Petal. Diamond. I'm getting my zeros out ahead of the Bauble. They can kill my Lotus Petal to Spell Pierce this, but then Spell Pierce isn't in their hand anymore. Oh, wow. Or they could draw Force of Will right off the top. Okay, Force Pitching Jace. That was a good rip. I'll pass the turn. Okay, so they need a land to play the Narset. If they find Narset, I am in trouble. Sewers. I'd love Doomsday or Echo here. Luda Delta's not it. Ponder. We got a chance. They are Spell Piercing this. I could Dark Ritual to pay for it. I think I'm just going to pay for it with the 2 mana I have. Thoughtseize, Veil, Bauble. These cards don't help me. I'm going to shuffle that, and if they back to Basics here, that's annoying. If they Narset here, it's probably worse. Gotta just hope they miss their land drop. Okay, cool, they did. A double Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize. I'm going to put back Cavern and a Ritual. Thoughtseize you. Let's see what's going on over there. Just an unbeatable spread of 3 drops. I'm most afraid of Narset here. And this back to Basics is really bad for me if they rip right now. But if I untap even once, I could probably play through it, and I can still Echo. All right. They missed the land drop. Just knowing that I'm dead anytime they find a land is awful. All right, there's Teferi. It's going to bounce nothing, and now they're just set up, because now they can play Jace and not worry about anything. I'm going to play the Cavern out on Wizard. Do I want to put Thassa Oracle into play? I don't think so. Can't imagine that's helpful. Okay, they didn't cast a spell. Well, there's this. It only cost me 1 land to do this, so I think it's worth doing. Yeah, they had a force. All right, I'm dead. On to the final round. I'm on the play in the final round with a turn 1 Vexing Bauble, but missing the initial black source. This is almost the nuts. Wow, that's so sad. I have to mulligan this. Okay. Well, this one's worse. I'm going to go to 5. I don't think I've gotten to just beseech anyone's face off in this league, or even just turn 1 crazy echo. I think I'm going to keep this bottom pedal and song and just try to sculpt up a situation where I could play the game. My opponent is also mulling to Oblivion, though, and I'm on the play with a Thoughtseize. This might get interesting. Okay, they are on 3 cards. I'm going to get Underground Sea, just because Brainstorm's in my hand. Okay, it is a Storm Mirror where we're both eating shit. Is it better to take the Ritual or the Beseech here? I could take the Petal. I feel like it's harder to get Beseech off the ground. Okay, I just thought about it long enough that they conceded. If you're going to concede to this, you should do it faster, though, because now I know it's a Storm Mirror. What a weird league. Storm's not even that popular, and I've played the Mirror twice. Okay, on the draw, and they've seen Underground Sea Thoughtseize. They didn't even let me Storm off. I could be Froginator. I could be Pure Doomsday. I could be Storm. Like, they should have either conceded before I knew what they were playing, or let me play it out so they got information from me. But I can appreciate the life tilt of just being done when you multi 3 you get Thoughtseized. I'll shout that out. Okay, they're not going to have creatures in their deck. On the draw, I like Bauble less. Just some duresses is probably fine. Or, once again, neither of us really know each other's deck. I have more information than they do. They might just sideboard like I'm Frog. I think I'm just going to turn a Bauble into a duress and not do anything else. Come find me. You know where I live. I'll text you the address. Okay, my hand doesn't work. It's a turn 1 Beseech. Actually, okay, hold on. 1, 2, pitch this. 3, 4. Beseech, sack the Chrome Mox. Get Gaia's Will, which replays Petal Petal Chrome Mox, which can exile Echo of Eons from my hand. I'm 1 mana short of winning here. Or I could Beseech for LED, send an Echo, and just look at 7 cards with a million Storm already. I feel like the upside's here. My deck's full of mana. I'm going to keep. This hand is super dead to Vexing Bauble, though. Please don't do that. Vault of Whispers, Lotus Petal, Necro Dominance. Oh, is this what you're doing? That's why you mulligan to 0? All right, so we're probably dead here. We need... They're going to pay 19 life, and we need them to just miss on a Born Upon the Wind, basically, is how this game goes. And then I'm going to board in everything for game 3, being on the play with all of my baubles, all of my Thoughtseizes, and that will be the play. Though they might just hit their fail rate twice in a row, which this deck is completely capable of. Oh my god, they just conceded. Okay. Yeah, the old draw 19, not good enough. Oof. Yeah, don't play that deck. That deck is not good. Remember when people thought Necrodominance was going to get banned based on that deck existing in like the first day MH3 came out? Christ, that deck is bad. Okay. A 2-3 record. I did feel like this deck was hampering itself by having the 2 things. I did fool a few opponents by storming out in game 1 and then doomsdaying in game 2. Like, that did work in one of the matches that I won, and it got blown out by a like 60-40 coin flip versus the surgical extraction in that doomsday match as well, but it almost worked. But that's kind of the sell there. In the first Storm matchup that I won, being able to get off of all the graveyard stuff and just focus on being a Doomsday deck was useful and helped win that match. That's all positive. The negative is Doomsday doesn't have the velocity to win all at once on a Veil of Summer turn unless it's also being laid up by Echo of Eons, it seems. And if we're already Veil of Summer, Echo of Eons thing, if the Doomsday cards were Storm cards, wouldn't we just win more often there? Not having Force and Daze to protect my Doomsday or help work through the pile safely is scary. Also, not having the Wraiths and Edge of Autumns and those sort of Doomsday specific cards to get through the pile quicker. I felt that in some of the Doomsday lines. Drawing Doomsday instead of initial mana sources or Burning Wish after a big Echo turn also feels like you're losing a lot of momentum there. And like I said, I am not a master of all the lines. It's possible that I just don't see the matrix as well as I need to play this deck competently. But I have played a lot of Doomsday and I have played a lot of Storm. And this felt like you get marginal advantage of having an extra route to victory at significant cost of you don't support either route to victory as well as the dedicated versions of the deck do. That said, we did beat Storm twice in this league, and we lost to Doomsday. So maybe this deck is better than Storm, but worse than Doomsday in where it lands. I don't know. Weird combo-heavy league for choosing this deck. The blue opponents, I force-checked them and they passed. Like, what are you going to do? One of them, I had an actual turn 1 deterministic line, and they just had force in their opening 7, is what it is. One of my opponents had, 3 or 4 forces in their opening 7 cards with the help of Beanstalk. Like, they really got it done there. The blue-white opponent was F6'd. I did what I was supposed to do, had a turn 1 LED echo, and then just had to pass without really doing anything. So that's kind of a whiff. This deck is a lot of fun, and shout out to Stencil for figuring out how to put all these pieces together in a way that's not a completely incoherent disaster pile. Like, I've tried to make hybrid combo decks before, and they frequently turn out just completely unplayable. And this deck is extremely playable, and it's very cool. I think that if you're being serious about something like Eternal Weekend, you don't need to be working this hard. You can play Doomsday or you can play Storm and probably win more. If you are extremely interested in solving puzzles of Magic deck building and combo brewing, this thing is a masterpiece. So this really just depends on what your goals are when you play Legacy. Stencil, thank you for sharing this with us. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out cardtrader.com. Use code BoshNRoll for 5% off your order. And I'll see you next time.